Adventure motorcycle riding is pretty much the best thing ever, and I'm so excited that 8 years ago I took the leap and pushed past my discomfort and uncertainty to get started into the world of riding motorcycles off-road. If you're on the fence considering getting into the world of ADV, or you just need some validation for your choices, let's talk about 6 reasons why you should get into ADV riding. So when I say ADV riding, what I mean is on and off-road motorcycle riding, usually combined with maybe some camping thrown in. Everything that sort of falls into that broad overview is ADV riding in my book, no matter what kind of bike you're on. Reason number 1 why you should get into ADV riding: it's fun. I know, this one's obvious. Let's get the most obvious one out of the way. Riding motorcycles is fun. Riding fast is fun. You can go off jumps. That's fun. You can slide around corners. That's fun. You can do burnouts. That's fun. You can ride a motorcycle places that no other off-road vehicle can get, and you can ride roads that are treacherous and slow and difficult in a Jeep or a 4-wheel drive vehicle much faster and with honestly an easier time, because you can pick and choose your line and they have to ride over everything. And you can get out there in the woods or on the road and feel the wind on your face. They say that driving a car is like watching an action movie. Riding a motorcycle is like starring in one. You feel so much more present in the environment than you do when you're in a car driving through it. And riding on the road is also fun. It's the best way to travel. I personally get very angry when I get stuck behind slow driving cars that won't speed up or move over for people to pass. I just do. I'm a very impatient driver. On a motorcycle, I'm never stuck behind slow cars for long. The first passing zone, I'm by them before you know it. There are not many cars that can pass as quickly as a motorcycle can, and it's much safer on a motorcycle because you don't need as much space. Riding motorcycles is fun. Traveling on motorcycles is fun. Motorcycling is fun. That's reason number 1, obviously. Riding a motorcycle is fun. Reason number 2 why you should get into ADV riding: you can explore the amazing wilderness both near you and not near you. So the example I always use is, as a kid I lived in Sisters, Oregon. My dad lived in Albany, Oregon. So we would go up and down Highway 20 a couple weekends a month, and I've been on that road, I don't know, 1,000 times in my life. And it wasn't until I was almost 30 years old that I discovered that there is an amazing natural landmark out there. The largest monolith in Oregon, the biggest single piece of rock, Wolf Rock, is out there, and it's only like 12 miles off of that highway. I've driven that highway 1,000 times. I had no idea it was there. So there's probably something that spectacular near you that you've been driving by or past or not even realizing existed for this whole time. Who knows what amazing spots are out there near you in the wilderness for you to discover. And then eventually, like me, you'll branch out. So not only will you be discovering amazing things off the beaten path where you live, but I've been exploring in Mexico, in Canada, Moab. I'm going on the Colorado BDR. It is amazing to see what is out there that so few people actually get to see. These amazing mountain overlooks and beautiful mountain lakes. It's all out there for you to discover, and you can do it most easily and with the most fun on the back of a motorcycle. The third reason why you should get into adventure riding is that you will build new skills. Mechanicking is a great example. I was a terrible mechanic who couldn't even operate a freaking drill. Everything was a disaster. Every time I touched something, it would blow up. And through motorcycling, I eventually had to learn how to put mods on bikes. I learned how to do oil changes. I learned how to change tires. I have taken the side cover off of my Grom 4 times because I kept adjusting the clutch springs and not liking where they were. So I have gotten so much more confident and capable with mechanical things. It's a skill that is super helpful and I use in all aspects of my life, not to mention just the confidence that you build. The other thing you learn is Tetris packing. You want to get good at spatial awareness. Trying to fit as much gear as possible into a 40-liter piece of motorcycle luggage is a challenge. You get really good at it, so that's another one that you build up. You get better at riding when you're out riding all the time. What? Yes, that's a skill you will build, but also your physical fitness, your balance, your just confidence in your ability to move your body. And riding gives you a reason to get into shape or a way to get into shape. I'm not saying I'm in like great shape, but I'm a lot healthier and more active than I ever was back when I was just sitting on the couch and playing video games all the time and not getting out in the woods and riding and doing all the stuff that I'm doing. So the third reason why adventure motorcycling is great and you should get into it is you will build so many new skills. The fourth reason why you should get into adventure riding is one of my favorites, and that is the community. The events that you can go to in this hobby, this sport, whatever you want to call it, this activity, are great. Touratech Rally, super fun. I've been to so many fun rallies. I've done so many events, meetups. The Dork Campout is a great example of another thing that you can just go do. You meet a ton of great people. They're all super helpful. I've never come across another rider on the trail who wasn't willing to give me the shirt off their back to help me, and vice versa. If I see somebody in need and I have anything they need, they get it right away. Like if I see a motorcyclist pulled over, I will stop every time. Doesn't matter. Give them at least the questioning thumbs up, and they give me that I'm okay thumbs up in return. Because someday it's going to be me stuck out there, and I know that, and so I want to help out where I can. If you're looking for people that are, similar age, similar interests to hang out with, it's so hard to make friends as an adult, right? It sure is nice when you go somewhere and there's 2,000 people there that you share an interest with, so that's a great part about the community. You find great drinking buddies if you're into that kind of thing, sitting around the campfire at the end of the day after you've just really beat yourself up all day on the motorcycle and solved problems and built camaraderie because you're helping each other and solving problems. Those are the greatest moments, just chilling around the campfire at the end of the day, sharing stories and telling lies. And, when you get into the community, there's always somebody to go camping with. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a lot of people in my life outside of motorcycling that go camping as often as I do. But now that I'm in this group, I've met these people, I can almost always find somebody to go camping with, and that's great. The fifth reason why you should get into adventure motorcycle riding is it will teach you to be self-sufficient and self-confident. Modern life is very prescribed and very defined. Novel events are rare, right? Like I get up, I go to work, I have lunch, I work the afternoon, I drive home, I eat dinner, I watch some TV and go to bed. That's what your life looks like day in and day out. That's just the way it is. Novel events, things that change that routine, are rare. When you're out ADV riding, particularly on a multi-day trip, all you have are novel events. It's always a place you've never been before, or a problem you've never solved before, or looking for a place to camp, deciding when you're gonna do that, not knowing where it's gonna be. That level of uncertainty has always been something that I've been very uncomfortable with. I'm a control freak, I'm a worrier, I have a lot of anxiety, and adventure riding has taught me to deal with that and embrace it. You are out there on your own. That is rare in modern society. You can be without the ability to contact help and nowhere near help where it could get to you in time. And the only person you can rely on is yourself. That's terrifying, but it's also super confidence building. And the more you get out there and solve minor problems and figure out that you're pretty self-reliant, just the more confidence in your self-sufficiency you will build. It is an amazing way to just really figure out who you are and what you can do. I don't want to oversell it, but it's definitely, it's not life-threatening when you're out there. It's not the same as, being an astronaut or something, but it's definitely a lot different than your day-to-day routine, and that is such a great thing to get. Adventure riding teaches you to be okay with discomfort, unpredictability, and adversity, and you don't fear those things as much because you're confident in your ability to overcome them when they arise. And the sixth reason why you should get into adventure riding, it's cheaper than therapy. It's the best therapy there is. It's so good for your mental health. Modern life is noisy and it is a constant assault on your senses. You can't get away from it. Even when you're sleeping in your bed at night, there's cars driving by and streetlights coming in the window. But in the woods is the complete antithesis of that. It's you, your exhaust in the wind, or you, your tent and the wind, you, your campfire and the wind. And it is just a completely different experience. You don't realize how much tension you hold listening to and dealing with those everyday noises and just the constant assault until you get to a place where you can just let it go and relax. It's like you're carrying a weight all the time and you finally get to set it down when you get out there in the woods. And if you haven't experienced it, man, it is unlike anything else. And when you're riding along in the woods, wind blowing through your helmet, your brain it's like meditating. You can clear your mind in a way that you just can't when you're worried about an email coming up or, your kids knocking on the door or, your spouse needing something. It's just you and your thoughts. It's liberating. It's relaxing. It's unlike anything else. If you haven't tried it, you owe it to yourself to give it a shot. So if you've made it this far and you're looking for a sign to tell you whether or not you should make the leap into adventure riding, this is it. I'm an overweight, out-of-shape, middle-aged man. I'm a terrible mechanic. A few years ago, I was terrified, absolutely terrified of trying anything new. Adventure riding changed that for me. They say sex and golf are the only two things you don't have to be good at to enjoy, but I would add ADV riding to that list. Even if you're just putting around the woods at 5 miles per hour, it's still a blast and the best way to see nature, in my humble opinion. You don't have to be in perfect shape or be an amazing rider to enjoy ADV riding. You don't have to spend a ton of money or even have the best gear. You just have to have the courage to take the first step towards getting started. If I can do it, you can do it. I can't wait to see you out there. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel for more ADV dual sport informational stuff, bike reviews, trips, and other shenanigans, because I want to be your internet riding buddy, and I'm better than your regular riding buddies because I come with a mute button. Thank you for watching, I appreciate you, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.